Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Keeping It Local. I'm Jamie Ferguson, and we're coming to you live from right here at Ferguson Roof Systems in the showroom. Tonight, we have some fantastic guests for you. But I tell you what, before we even get into that, what I would like for you to do is make sure you share this video. Once you share it, and then in the comment section, write shared. We do that for a reason, so you can get involved in our contests and our giveaways. Tonight we have a couple of giveaways from last show, from Spiffy Cans and from Rethread. And we'll do those at the end of the show. But each one of our guests would like for you to go to look at their sites as well. So make sure as you get introduced to these people, go to their site, like their site, follow them on Facebook, go to their, if they have a website, go there and take a look. Tonight, our very first guests are from 3J Farms. Okay, it's Jillian, Estes, and Jennifer Hernandez. Welcome
Hi.
to the show.
Thank you so much, Jamie.
Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Man, what don't we do? Right, sister? So, first of all, we raise 100% grass-fed beef and lamb. We also raise heirloom vegetable plants like your tomatoes, peppers, herbs, and a variety of plants. We have greenhouses on the farm. Those are a couple of things that we raise.
Man, that's kind of like a big outfit there.
It's a big outfit.
Now, you guys are located right outside of Blanchard.
Exactly. So we're at 2665 County Street 2980, and that's Blanchard, Oklahoma. Kind of a weird location. We're in no man's land, so we always love when people come out and see us.
So you like people to come out.
Oh, yeah, of course.
What can they do? You know, I guess they can see all your animals you raise, but what else can they do out there that you guys have going on?
Well, we have a lot of things going on, don't we? Every week we try to do something. So we just kicked off our farms market. It's like a farmer's market, but better. It's at the farm. So you get to come out. We have lots of vendors that are at the farm on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like I said, we just had our first one, and so we've got our farm store, The Bin, which is open. We had a grand opening recently that carries our 100% grass-fed beef and lamb. We also have pork and poultry, or chicken specifically. We have lots of other vendors that sell out of our farm store, and on the day of the market we have other vendors that come to the farm, and they also are there to to basically to help you get your needs met when it comes to shopping local, fresh food, handmade, homemade, and yeah, the list goes on and on. Plus we do classes. We did farm camp in March during spring break.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we're busy.
You know, one of the questions we get into is what you do on your off time, but I can just kind of throw that question out.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
We're
there is off time.
planning for the next time you come out and see us is what we're doing.
So people can come out and they can purchase your beef or vegetables, or you said lamb.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are they buying whole beefs a pound at a time? How are they buying it?
We do by the cut.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can get a roast, you can get steaks, you can get your ground beef. We just didn't get into the whole half sort of thing because that's a big commitment, and
Sure.
so we like people to get to kind of shop for the cuts that they like. So that's what works for us and our customers.
And the hours they can come out, is it just pretty much you're there so they can just knock on your door at 10,
Well,
11
no,
o'clock
we,
at night?
we
No?
do keep hours, yeah. So we're open, we have different seasonal hours. So we're in springtime. That means that we're open Wednesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It also means that on Sundays, our hours are a little shorter, so that's
Sure.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The farm store is open, the greenhouses are open, and we're having our farms market. So it's kind of an all-in-one
Wow,
on that
it's a busy day.
Mm-hmm,
Busy
it
days.
is.
So they can come out and not only get the beef, but they can buy all the vegetables. Is there just a few of the vegetables that you guys grow? Do you grow a large variety of different things, or?
Well, last year we grew probably a half dozen, no, probably 10 or 12 different types of tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
Cherry ones, beef steak, different colors, green zebras, purple Cherokees, black Crims, indigo rose. We had tomatoes of all colors. Peppers, we do a variety of peppers. Okra, we did Clemson spineless, and we did some red burgundy. We grow.
Wow.
We did squash, we did eggplant, come on, help me out.
Well, basically, we like growing heirloom tomatoes. So this year we chose to select 20 of what we thought were the best varieties of tomatoes. So all of them are heirloom varieties, and then we went with 15 or so different varieties of peppers, and our herb selection. We like growing basil, lots and lots of basil. So we probably have, I don't know, a dozen or so different kinds of basils, and then a lot of your culinary herbs, your parsleys and thymes and rosemary, mint.
Cilantro, that's a popular one.
So you guys can you got everything out there.
We have everything.
Now you said heirloom. We talked a little bit off air about this heirloom.
Right.
And for years, I watched in the store when I would go buy my tomato plants or whatever, but they would say heirloom. And I just really thought it was a brand, you know, like you see the beefsteak or the big boy. But then I went the other day and I noticed that some of those had heirloom written on them also. And I was like, oh, what's this mean?
Yeah, so what is heirloom?
That's what you're telling me. Now tell me again, what is heirloom?
So my understanding of kind of its origin is that, you know, remember when Grandma would plant her garden? Where did she get her seeds? Well, kind of like jewelry and other things. Heirloom tends to mean that it's been passed down from generation to generation. So that's the sort of seed that I think is referenced when you use the word heirloom. Is there anything you would add to that, Jennifer?
I just typically call it the antique variety, the one that's tried and true. It's been around forever. The ones our grandma grew. You know, when you get into tomatoes and hybridizing and all those sorts of things, yeah, that's where the line is for me. These are the old antique varieties, and the hybridizing and all that seems to be more of a modern type of thing.
Right. So how long you guys been doing this? I mean, you said you've raised out there, but is this something you've done all your life as far as this type of stuff, or?
This is new, and I think this is where I think Jennifer tells the best story, so I'm going to turn it over to her.
Well, since you said. So, my parents bought the farm the year I was born, and they were ambitious. And so they got out there and started running stocker cattle and row cropping and haying and then things like that, and get the bright idea that milking cows is the way to go. So they decided to start milking cows and having kids of their own. What a combination.
We're farm hands.
So that's
yeah.
So you got up late in the mornings. You guys never got up early at all, did you?
No. No. We slept where the work was, and that happened to be in the dairy barn.
Oh, man.
So you could imagine our young parents, 3 little kids, and 200 milking cows.
Oof.
So work is kind of what we do. We do a lot of it, but it looks different today. Milking cows is 24/7, 7 days a week. And so it played a role in my parents' demise, probably. They ended up divorced going on, and so there my mom was, still milking cows and still raising 3 kiddos. So life happened. She decided maybe she should do something different herself. She got out of the dairy business, straight into ranching, and well, that happened to be the same time all her helpers left too, pretty much. So, a lot of transition right in that age. Us kids went on our own separate, ways, getting educated, starting our own families and careers and things. So we did. And, life happens. And 5 years ago, we lost our brother. So 3 J's is not a coincidence. I'm Jennifer. We have a late brother, Jesse, in between us, and then Jillian here. So when we lost Jesse, as you can imagine, most people have lost important people in their lives. It changed us, changed the way we do things, changed the way we thought, the way we're moving forward. And so really, kind of where we're at today evolved through some utopian thoughts and conversations with my brother, early on. So we've kind of got the ball rolling on some of that stuff. When he was gone, either be sad or get to going. So we got to moving on it. And we gained a couple extra people. We gained our greenhouse manager, Tracy, and our maintenance guy, Dave. And, well, then Jillian came on board as marketing. And, you know, so our team came together through death. Our farm came back to life through death. And now when you come out there, most people will tell you there's a certain sense of tranquility that comes over people who come to the farm, and we have met a lot of those people. My mom had heard a story about a telephone booth used to call heaven. Lo and behold, we now have a telephone booth. If you would like to come check it out, we have a nice story on it, that sort of thing. So basically, when we lost my brother, we came to life, and that's where we're currently at today. You know, we love growing. We growing food, but really more importantly, we're growing people. That's what we specialize in. We have story time for kiddos. We have our farm camp, and you know, my whole life was spent on the farm. My friends learning how to drive standards and drive tractor. And
standards, those don't exist anymore.
I know, right? Well, that's the thing. While I can't teach you to drive a standard stick shift anymore, well, I could teach you if there was one, but I can teach you how to grow plants. I can teach you how to be actively involved in your food system. You know, after COVID, I think during COVID, start of COVID, everybody had a jolt into reality about our food system. And so the most important thing that we can do is do something for ourselves, and that is growing. So, you know, you teach a man to fish, you give a man a fish, kind of thing. So I that's my main goal, is to grow people and get you involved and these kiddos in your food system and what's going on out there. There's no reason why 1 pound of beef should contain beef from 12 different countries. It's a little unreasonable. So back to basics, guys. That's why we're on here, keeping it local. We want to depend on ourselves for our food, our community, our neighbors. And as Jamie is doing here, hosting a hub for advertising, our farm is a host for others to come trade their wares with our neighbors, amongst our neighbors, you guys. So last year, Blanchard had lost their farmer's market. Terrible time to lose a farmer's market. So, you know, we had been asked several times to pick it up. We did, loving every minute of it, helping our neighbors, helping our community. Because at the end of the day, that's who we're relying on. It's you and me. It's us.
That's right.
We are the community. And we can survive anything if we get out there and do for ourselves.
I love the story. You know, that's, we said every week, this is why we started the show. We talk about people advertising, or actually not actually just asking the question on Facebook all the time, who do you recommend? Who do you recommend? I see it, and those people understand that there's somebody down the street in Oklahoma City that could supply the need, whether it be a mechanic or a store, what have you, but they're trying to find someone local. They're trying to find someone they can trust. That's what this show is about, to introduce the business, but the person or the people behind the business, because everyone has a story to tell. There's a reason why you're here. You just explained it. You want to help people. You want to carry on what you've been taught, the hard work and the legacy that you've been taught, and pass it down.
That's right.
And you know, it's a neat thing to see that, like, I could take my grandkids out there and they could see and absorb something that's going to be useful for them in the future, rather than something that's just a throwaway. We kind of live in a throwaway society sometimes, but this is something that they can do on their own as they grow up. They can have their own little garden or what have you, and learn how to do it correctly instead of trying to Google everything. They can actually see how to do it correctly, because there are secrets about growing things the right way, or what type of
don't overwater, for example.
what kind of item you're growing, but you've also got other things out there. You talked about selling different things, but you have a store.
Yeah, we sure
And
do.
I seen the shirt. She has the shirt on her back here, and she showed me what it looked. It's amazing looking little silo.
Yeah.
Now in the store, what's the name of the store?
So we call the store the Bin, and we have a little slogan that goes, "Tell your friends you've been to 3J Farms OK." So yeah, clever, right? We're full of cleverisms. Anyways,
Yeah.
So I think that's a typical Okie thing. So anyhow. So the bin, basically when we were kids, our parents built these grain bins. That's where they mixed the feed for the dairy cattle. So those buildings, those silos, and those grain bins have been sitting empty for eons. And, we've been looking at them for eons going, what are we going to do with these things? What are we going to do with these things? And we kicked around a lot of ideas, and we decided that because we were using our dairy barn as our farm store and our break room and our kitchen and our germination room and our, you know what I mean, like everything. So here's this resource, here's this space, let's use it. So we put some ideas together, and we did real big, basic, simple, but it's now the Bin Farm Store. And so we have all of our products in there and other local products that we carry. So yeah, that's our space now. It's a dedicated store. It's cute as can be. In fact, I don't know if you can see it or not, so you're going to have to come out and tell your friends you've been to the farm, but I'm going to see if I can show you. I've got my shirt on too.
I don't know.
So if I give it a turn, I don't know, can we see it? I'll give you just a chance to.
He's saying he can see it.
Okay, good. So yeah, that's what it looks like. It's kind of neat. If you've never been in one of these, this is your opportunity just to see it, because it's really kind of a neat feeling. In fact, our brother used to use the one behind it as like his man cave, as his like.
Everybody's got to have a man cave.
I know. Yeah.
Even as a small
totally.
child, he needed a man cave.
He needed this space.
He did. He did.
People could come out and buy your items, but I think you mentioned a little bit earlier that sometimes, maybe not all the time, but sometimes you said salads.
Oh yeah, so those different vendors that we spoke about that sell at the farmers market, some of them carry their products in our store as well. And so you might have take and bake foods, so you can pick up something that you can heat that night with your family, kind of make dinner a little bit easier. We also have like salads and, like I said, take and bakes, fresh tortillas, cheeses from like Christian cheese. We have, fresh eggs. That's right.
Desserts by Marshall.
Those are delicious.
So they're not only helping what you guys do. There's other vendors there that they're helping and meeting at the same time.
That's right.
That's out there. And then you have the farmers market, and so I guess more people would come out on those days and set up. And is that every week, once a month?
So that's every week. And so, like I said, this last weekend was our first one. We're going to run through October 24th, our farms market will. We have, I think, 3 days off. And if you go on our website, 3jfarmsok.com, or check out our Facebook, you'll find our information there too. We let you know when we're going to be open, when we're going to be closed, those sorts of things, so that people know, because you don't want to make the drive for nothing. So we want to make sure you got that information. Right.
Now, guys, she mentioned her Facebook. Do you guys have a website?
We sure do.
What is your website?
So that is 3jfarmsok.com.
Is it on both? Is it listed like that on Facebook as well, besides the .com? But
you bet.
Guys, go like their Facebook page. Go visit what they've got out there. Take your kids, take your grandkids, take your friends, take your neighbors. Get out there and see what they're doing. This is not only food that's healthy, it's educational. And it's something that, to be honest, if you're like me, you just passed it. You just thought it was a farm that maybe raised some animals and maybe they sold something on the side. But there's a story behind it. And once you find a place that you can shop and it's healthy, good food, it's not full of chemicals or hormones or whatever.
And your farmer. So
yeah, you know who's doing it.
You meet us, you see the cows out in the field, and you go, that's happy beef. I think that's what I want to eat tonight. Yeah. And so there you go, right? You know.
What's your address again?
It is 2665 County Street, 2980, and that's Blanchard, Oklahoma.
Guys, go see them. Now, every week was the people come on, they like to give stuff away, and they do it in their own fashion. They have their own set of rules, should I say, so we're going to let them tell you what they want to do.
Okay, super. So what we would love to do is, if you are watching this interview right now, keep that in the back of your mind. Come out and see us. We're open tomorrow, 9 to 6. Actually, Wednesday through Saturday, 9 to 6, and Sundays, 10 to 2. Come out and see us and tell us, oh, I caught that interview. I saw you guys on Keepin' It Local. And if you do that, you get 10% off your purchase. So that's a one-time thing. But again, we figured it's a great opportunity for you to come out and see what we do. Meet my sister here, meet me, and just get a taste of the farm. Because like Jennifer was saying, we're not just growing food.
Yeah.
We're growing people.
That's awesome. I love the story. Guys, you guys have been a pure pleasure having you on here today.
Thank you, James.
Is there anything you want to add? Is there anything you want to tell me you do in your off time? That may be. The farmers don't have off times. Yeah, they sleep. They sleep in their off time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think I'm not a big fisherman, but my sister does a little bit of fishing though once in a while, especially when they're really coming in, I guess.
Everything's running.
Yeah, whenever.
That's
That's
the
right.
time to go.
That's right.
Other than that, it's kind of get boring sometimes, but I still like to do it. It's kind of a stress relief to get out there and just.
She calls it catching.
Yeah.
Because it's actually there's a lot of fish in there.
I like going when I'm catching, not fishing.
Well,
the
guys,
one thing I do want to say right now is plant season is here, guys. It's time to get those gardens in. We have lots of plants. A lot of the tomatoes and veggies and herbs we grow seed to sale, and then what we don't grow, we try to have as many possible selections and varieties as we can, but keeping it local. So we'll bring some things in from our friends at Red Dirt if it's things that we don't raise. Plus, nobody does flowers like they do, and they're right up the road. So our greenhouse is plumb full of gorgeous hanging baskets, annuals, perennials, herbs, veggies, all the things you need to make your yard look amazing. And so come out. We're here. We're ready to help you and get going on gardening season.
I have 3 questions. 2 they just told me off on the side over there. 1, this is my question. You said it's planting time. But this weekend we got temperatures coming in around 37, 38, 39 degrees. Is it too early to put them out, or will they make it through that? Do they have to cover them?
So you have a few different options. If you've already put them in the ground, let's cover them. If we're going to get anything below 45, I'm going to want to be safe rather than sorry. I've got a lot of time and money invested. So I want to just put a blanket, a sheet, a tarp, plastic,
A bucket.
a bucket,
Five-gallon bucket or something,
Yeah.
a milk jug.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to cover the whole row or if you want to cover individual, but just get something over them. Mulched in and watered good. Water is always the big thing. Make sure they're watered good before we have cold. Otherwise, if you can, just keep them inside and
Until it passes.
yeah.
We're going to get warm.
Yeah, we should be there. This should be the end of that. I would speculate, yeah.
Yeah.
But, we had an ice storm that was crazy in October, and we've had sub-zero temps for longer than probably ever. So, who knows? We could have freeze in May.
Yeah, sure. I hope not.
That's true.
Now, we've got 2 things. 1, they just showed me you have a Mother's Day.
Oh
I don't want to miss that.
gosh. We don't want you to miss that either, Jamie, because
I
it's really
would've, too.
important. We got 3 things
My great
going
help
on.
offside over here helped me out.
Yeah. So Mother's Day is coming. That's a really special time of the year. We're doing 3 different things. I'm going to speak to the 2 that I know are a guarantee, so that third one's kind of a surprise, I guess. First one, we're doing Build-A-Pot workshops. And so moms, grandmas, dads, whoever it is, you can get your kid enrolled in one of our Build-A-Pot workshops, and that way they can build something wonderful for mom or grandma. And we're going to be hosting those on May 7th and 8th at 10 in the morning. That's a Friday and Saturday. So basically the kids get to come out, they get to select those flowers they think mom will love. They build one of our signature pots, which is what we call kind of a country shabby chic. It's a beautiful little grain sack that's filled with beautiful plants. So the kids get to pick those for mom or grandma or however, whoever they're doing them for. So yeah, we've got that coming up, and let's see. Again, we are doing a really cool pop-up. This is an exclusive thing, and this is partnering with another local business. And you want to go with that one?
Yeah, I'm sure plenty of you are familiar with the Sheer Lace Boutique there in Blanchard on Main Street. Robin Trotter, she's a good friend of mine. So we like partnering with her. We like partnering with local, really anything. So boutique, well, she's not a mobile boutique. I'm a little more mobile than she is. And so we're partnering together to do a pop-up Mother's Day basket sale. We have made some gorgeous baskets exclusive for this sale. They are super fantastic, gorgeous, and I know that they will be a great hit there at Sheer Lace in Blanchard. And that's going to be on May 8th from 10 to 2. They're in front of her store on Main Street. We also have our story time starting this Friday at 10 a.m. So for our homeschoolers or littles that the mom just wants to get them out, bring them out to the farm for a 30-minute story. It's a nice break, story time. We have some people that we do therapy reading dogs. Then we have people from the library, and then so it's always going to be a mix-up of different storytellers and different authors. So it's just a nice activity on Friday morning for those littles to get them out and get them reading, and yeah, sunshine, dirt.
Yeah, outside.
Yeah,
Yes, outside.
They love that kind of stuff, outside dirt.
They really do.
And they like kind of finding things, playing and
It's
planting
hard for them
and
to pay
growing
attention
and-
to the story, honestly. They do pretty good, but
Right.
a lot of times we've got a sand pit, and so they're
Uh-oh.
already in
They're
that,
already in
and
it.
they're roaming around because there's so much to take in. You know, this is 305 acres of just beauty and animals and movement and things and
Oh yeah,
nature.
that's exactly right. Now you got one. I don't want to miss anything you're doing.
Yeah, you're
but,
doing great.
butchering workshop.
Oh, so that is something that this is to be determined. We had one fall through, but we've got another on the way, I believe. So just tune in, either visit our website. Again, that's 3jfarmsok.com. That's going to tell you what's going on at the farm. You can also check out, again, our Facebook and check out those events. You'll know what's going on. But Louis Hernandez, which is Jennifer's husband, he's our livestock manager. Man, anything meat related, he's on it. He's raising the beef, he's raising the lamb. If we need something butchered, he can do that. And he wants to help you also do that for yourself. We held a butchering workshop last year, and that was a real success. We keep the group small so you can ask questions, so you can participate. He basically takes you from discharge to cuts. And so you get to see how that process goes, and you get to participate in whatever level you feel comfortable with. But yeah, so that's something that we have done and we plan on doing because, again, we're not just growing food, we're growing people.
Guys, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Jamie.
I've learned a lot just sitting here listening, and and I grew up doing some of this, but learn more of how things go. But what I like is how you put it together to encourage others to take part.
Yes.
Guys, I tell you what, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to 3J's Facebook site, 3J's Farm Facebook site, and like it and share it to other people. Let them know what's going on. Go to their website, 3jsfarmok.com, and see what's going on out there. Take your kids, grandkids, whatever you've got, take them out there. And also share this video. And in the comment section, write shared. We do that so you can get into the contest that we give away each day. And then we're going to do one more thing, and then we're going to get to the next one. Remember the coloring contest, the Keepin' It Local coloring contest. Get your kid involved, 12 and under. And then you can find this on our Facebook page, print it off, email it in to the email site there that Brooklyn has for you already, or bring it into the office. You can come to the office and pick it up. This is for 12 and under. Snap a picture, email it in, however you want to get it in here. We need it by April 20th. This is for everybody that's 12 and under. And we're going to post all the pictures on Facebook, and then they're going to be liked. It's going to go across the amount of likes. So get your people to to like your grandkids' photos. And then we're not only going to give first, we're going to give first, second, third away. And each one of them is going to be the same. It's a family zoo pass. So you can get your kids out, get out there, grandkids out, and get outdoors like we've been talking about. Guys, I tell you what, it's been a pleasure again. Thank you for coming on the show.
Jimmy.
Guys, if you'll hang tight, we'll be right back with our second guest.
Aaron Tuttle here. It's storm season in Oklahoma, and with that comes torrential rain, high winds, and hail. To protect your home and your family from these threats, the one roofing company you should trust is Ferguson Roof Systems. They've been providing the best in roofing services for nearly half a century. Ferguson is Oklahoma's full-service roofing company, certified with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and a 5-star rating on Google. And with Ferguson now offering Class 4 impact-resistant shingles, now is the time to trust them with your home's roof. Get started today at FergusonRoofSystems.com.
Hey guys, welcome back. We got our second guest here. I'm glad you've tuned in so far. Make sure you share this video and make sure that you put shared in the comment section so we can get you put in to the drawings of each week. You've heard the great one we had just a second ago with 3J's Farm. You're going to have another one just in a little bit. But we want you in those contests so you guys have a chance to win. Welcome to the show. This is Ronald Bowling.
Yes, sir.
And you're with Bowling Heat and Air Conditioning.
Yes, sir.
Welcome here.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about your business.
We're your local heating and air company. We're out of Bridge Creek. We service all residential, commercial, new construction, change outs, and brand new installs. We've been out here for about 8 years, and we've been doing it for about a decade now.
Well, that's a long time.
Yes.
Now, you work on residential
Yes, sir.
and commercial,
Yes, sir.
and you do all the repairs. You will go out there on the emergency calls.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the emergency calls.
You know, that's the fun ones. When you call someone at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, the air conditioner is not working, and you're begging them to come out.
Yeah, we'll be there. Yeah, we're dedicated to customer service. We don't charge after-hour fees like a lot of the other companies that do.
Wow.
Our service fee is $75. It doesn't matter if it's 5 o'clock or if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. There's a lot of times that we go out 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and help people that have heating or air problems, and we know their families and they got kids, so we can't let them be cold for 24 hours or be hot for 24 hours. So
Right.
we go out and we don't charge a lot of over fees like everybody else does.
Now, you guys are from the Bridge Creek area?
Bridge Creek, Blanchard area, yes,
And
sir.
do you service all this area? And I'm talking about Tuttle, Newcastle,
Oh,
Blanchard.
yeah. Yeah, we do Tuttle, Newcastle, Edmond, Chickasha, Guthrie. We go all over.
So if I need you, you're going to be
We're
there.
going to be there, yeah. We don't turn down work. We're there to help steer direction the heating and air companies and have a better relationship versus just being there to fix the problem and go on about our business kind
Now,
of.
this is a family-owned business.
This is a family-owned business.
Are you
yes,
the
sir.
only
I am the only
technician?
one. I have a guy that works with me full time. We're going to start expanding once we find trained technicians that can do the quality of work that we expect out of them.
Right.
Not just hire somebody off the street that knows how to do stuff and then go make our name worse or worse off than what it ever should be.
Sure. It's
Yeah.
all about reputation.
It
You know,
is.
people, we talked about people want to shop with who they know and who they respect. Your work stands alone by itself. And if you do the good work, people tend to refer you and call you back when
Yes.
they need something out there.
Oh, definitely.
And here's in our houses, growing up, myself, we grew up in a house with an air conditioner. It was a wall unit. And to be honest, we really couldn't afford to turn it on very much.
Oh, yes.
So we grew up in a hot house, and we just stayed outside until it cooled off. And when we went to bed, we just prayed for a little breeze to come across us and cool us off.
Yeah.
But now, society has changed so much. The houses have changed that just about every house you purchase anymore has the central air.
Yes, sir.
Or they have the mini split out now,
Yes.
which I guess took the place of the window
Or the window
style
units, yeah.
unit, but much more efficient. But now you have all these people out there with this, so the demand is higher.
Oh yeah, we get calls day in and day out for service and stuff. We strive to stay on top of the market and try to be the best that we can with every manufacturer. Every year, manufacturers change the way
Right.
they want things done and stuff. So we have to keep up with that trend to make sure the homeowner's not losing a lot of energy and wasting a lot of money at the end of the day.
Now, do you have to be certified through a certain company, should I say? If you're going to put a whole new unit in someplace, do you have to be certified with a certain company to put that in, or can you just be a technician?
You can be. They like you to go through their training classes. So, like I said, every unit operates different. A lot of people don't understand that. Some require more refrigerant than other ones. They're designed a lot different. So they like us to be trained in that field of what manufacturer that we're doing. So that way we don't void the warranty for the homeowner.
Sure.
So if we install it incorrectly and then a year later it goes bad, then they come back and look at us and say, well, you didn't install per our specs, so we can't
Right.
warranty that unit. So
You said refrigerant, and I noticed in the last few years that's kind of changed over.
yes, yeah, we went R22 is now obsolete. The EPA has finally put the hammer down and says it's too ozone depleting. So we went to a more refrigerant for 410A, which is better for the environment in case you have a big leak in the system over time.
Sure. Now, what happens if somebody, say they have one of those R22 units, and it starts going bad? They can't find the gas anymore?
We have a drop-in gas. At the end of the day, if you have an R22 system and you have a leak, it's better off and more efficient to go with the newer refrigerant anyways. You're throwing money down the drain trying to keep an older system, especially if it's 15 years old going.
Sure.
The government has went to a 14 SEER standard, and a lot of R22 systems are 10, 11 SEER. So it's just time to kind of update and get the wheel going to get something a little bit better for your house.
So with a smaller SEER, what you're talking about is it runs more often,
Yes.
longer, so your electricity bill goes up, and it really may not cool as where you want it to.
Exactly. Yes.
There you go. Now, in air conditioning and heating, I know this about me, is you don't need it until you're without it.
Exactly.
And especially the time we've been through this year with that nasty cold
Yes.
snap that wouldn't let go.
Yeah, exactly.
And people are just trying to stay their house warm.
Yes. Yeah, we over that cold snap, we probably had 200 calls in a day and a half span. We got to most of them with just me and one technician. We worked 36 hours straight,
Oh, man.
and then going out 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. A lot of homeowners realized that their houses weren't built to the standard
Sure.
that we expect everything to be, and corners were cut whenever you put high efficiency systems in attics, and they were freezing when they shouldn't have been freezing. So that was a lot of our calls were these high efficiency units that condensate during the wintertime. They were freezing in the attic, and then they lost all heat.
That cold snap, I think everything was freezing.
Yeah, everything.
And we don't get that very often, but it's nice to know what you're doing when it's that cold, and you say, well, you know what? Because we get calls for this kind of a leak or that kind of leak.
Yes.
Somebody can't figure it out, and we kind of had the experience of it could be this or that, so we know where to go to look.
Yes.
And so when you know that if it's in the attic, this could possibly be the problem. It cuts down that time where you can get to someone else.
Exactly, and that's where preventive maintenance really comes in every spring and fall. We go in, we double check everything, and a lot of these issues could have been found if the homeowners were doing the regular preventive maintenance like the manufacturers request us to do. We would have found problems before the storm even came through, and they wouldn't have been out without heat for 24, 48 hours or whatever it was. So preventive maintenance is the key to keeping your system alive and keeping the air healthy in your house at the same time.
Most of us, me included, when we get a new unit or we have an air conditioner, we know enough to go turn it on, turn it off, get it the temperature we want, but we really don't understand. Besides changing filters,
Yes.
we don't know what is the preventative maintenance that we can do on our homes that would solve some of our problems.
So the preventive maintenance is filters is your number one. Dirty filters restrict airflow, and it causes serious problems down the road. It causes the unit to freeze up. It doesn't get rid of the allergens in your house if you don't change them periodically. We tell a lot of people if they have a lot of animals, you have to change your filters a little bit more regular because your animals in the house, a lot of pet dandruff and all that stuff in there. Spraying down your condensers. Cottonwoods in this area are really bad. So when that unit runs outside, it pulls all that fresh air through the coil, and then the cottonwood builds up. When you can't get fresh air through the coil, it makes the unit run harder because it can't dissipate the heat out of the house. So making sure your outdoor condenser is clean 2 or 3 times a year would, if in turn, save you a lot of money and energy and make your unit last longer.
Now, when they spray that's the outside unit we're talking
Yes,
about,
sir.
and that's only for air conditioning.
Yes, sir.
Now, is it a good idea to, this is just talk, turn it off before they spray it?
Yes. Yeah. We recommend, technically when we do it, we spray it with the chemical. Cottonwood, it gets in between the fins, and we have to use an expanding chemical to push it all out and stuff. Don't take a power washer to it because it'll flatten the fins. It's just a regular garden hose with the regular nozzle if you're going to do it. The first time I would suggest that you have a professional come out and do it, and then if you want to watch to see how it's done to where you want to do it next time, that's perfectly fine. We've had instances where people take power washers and flatten the fins, and then it's no good at
Ruin
that
the whole
point.
thing.
Yeah,
Sure. Is this right now, this spring, this is a good time to start getting everything ready to go
Yes.
for the hotter days coming?
Oh yes. Yeah. If you take care of it now, you will not experience as many problems during the summertime. Getting the condenser clean, filters checked, evaporator coil inside the attic or closet, make sure it's not stopped up, refrigerant levels checked, get all your parameters fixed, and then you should slide through summer without any problems.
No problems at all. Now, they've made them more efficient. You know, that they start talking about this efficiency level of 97, is it my saying it
Yeah,
right?
96, 97, yes sir.
And but when they do the efficiency like that, does it make you change out your outside unit as well? Is it a tandem?
Yeah, you got to combine the outside with the indoor. It's the same way with the SEER rating. You can't have a high SEER furnace with just your old 1982 condenser. They have to work in conjunction. They read refrigerant level pressures different and all that. So the 96% furnaces, in return, you're only losing 4 to 5% of the energy through the roof. All the other energy is going to the house. So when you have like an 80% furnace, you're losing 20% energy through the roof, and you're only heating your house with 80% of the energy. So that's where they started coming up with different efficiency ratings on them.
Now, you said you've done this for 10 years or so. What got you into this business?
I came from a family of nothing but truck drivers, and I didn't see that was the route that I was going to go. When me and my wife had kids, I wanted something more stable that I could be home every day and be a father and not run around and be gone for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. But truck driving life was great for my family. I mean, it's got everybody to where they wanted to be growing up and stuff. I just wanted a different path and something a little bit more different in life than driving up and down the road all day long.
Now, you've lived out here in Bridge Creek for how long?
We've been out here for 8 years.
And you moved from Oklahoma City, you
Oklahoma
said?
City, yes, sir.
What was the draw from Oklahoma City? I know what ours was when we lived in Oklahoma City to get out here. What was your draw coming out?
The draw was when we had kids. I didn't feel they needed to go to a big city school. The teachers lose sight of the kids when you pack 30 kids into a classroom. My wife came from a small town, so we wanted to set roots from where she lived, kind of out here, and wanted our kids to go to a more school that you got more hands-on with the teachers, and we got to know our neighbors. The city, it seemed like we didn't know anybody who lived across the street. And where we live now, we're basically family with all our neighbors. I mean, they'll do anything for us, and we'll do anything for them. Same way with the school. We support our school 100%. We donate when we can. Help out with kids that are unfortunate with like book fairs and stuff. We'll help out and help them get books and stuff. And we just do it as a silent donor. We don't go out and blast it and all that stuff.
When we lived in the city, the problem that we found was the amount of kids that maybe live in a district would overrun the school, and the school couldn't afford to hire more teachers.
Exactly.
So it got to a higher ratio, and the teachers worked hard, but they just there were just so many kids they could not give them that one-on-one like they probably would like to do. And then when we came out here, the classrooms became a little smaller.
Yes.
And the kids began to not only know their teacher at school, but they would see them at the ball games or see them in the grocery store or see them at whatever, getting a pizza or something. So it became more of a community help. Bridge Creek, that's where they go. I'm
Yes,
assuming.
sir.
That's just a fantastic little school system over there.
Yes.
For one, just kind of out in the middle of the country.
Yeah.
But you know, I know several of the teachers over there, and it's just great.
Yeah.
And they really, you know, I watch them when I would drop off grandkids when they used to go there. The teachers were outside in the cold and the rain and what have you, directing traffic and trying to get those kids safe at all times. And I just loved it, you know, just seeing that.
Yeah, they really love the kids out there. What we like to see is we get a lot of teachers that come to kids' ball games and stuff. I mean, they take time out of their day after they teach them all day. They'll come watch ball games for an hour or so. We're really good friends with a lot of teachers they text, you know, and that's what I like about the school is they text parents. It's not just something you have to go to a meeting. If there's a problem, they'll say, hey, your kid needs to do this, this, or this, and not have to have a parent-teacher conference all the time. So the teacher's involvement with all the kids, I think it makes it better, and it makes the kids want to stay in that school and not transfer to a different school.
You know, me growing up, when the parents and the teachers and talked to my parents, I was a little bit better at school.
Yeah.
Because if I got in trouble at school, I was in trouble before I got home because they
Exactly.
already knew about it. Because
Exactly.
the teachers were, maybe my dad was working for him or something. And so, I love that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it's great. We love all the teachers out there, and like I said, we try to help the community as much as we can when they need something, and that's what it's about, is being part of the community. And it's a family. It's not just you and me again. It's just like your last guest said, it's the family that keeps everything going. If I don't have you, you don't have me, we don't have the next person.
Right.
So it's trying to keep everything in a solid core instead of pushing it all out to the big cities again.
Now, we've learned a lot about your business. What do you guys do in your off time? What is your relaxation time?
We like to camp a lot. We're big campers. We like to fish. We like going to Florida when we get time and just hang out on the beach and not work, and just leave the work life behind. It's only like once a year, but you know, it happens.
Unwind. Everybody needs it. You know, you stay busy, you have to have the downtime to unwind time, or you just kind of get so, and especially the year we just came out of.
Oh yeah.
To when they kind of locked everybody down, to whether it was just, you know, not so much in your home, but you really couldn't do a whole lot of things. You really couldn't go on a vacation because nothing was really open.
Yep.
And you couldn't go into some states because they was trying to keep everything in. So we kind of felt something we never felt before.
Yes.
And so you need to break out.
Yeah. It has to be a shell that has to be broken at some point, because you start going stir crazy and doing the same thing over and over and over, and it's not any fun. So
Right now, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
You can call us on our cell phone. You can even text message us. We have a Facebook page that you can contact, and we respond within minutes. We'll get you scheduled. My wife takes care of all the Facebook stuff. I don't have any part of that. And then if you call, you talk directly to me. I don't have somebody that you're talking to. I take care of the problems. I service your stuff. I do my own work. So if you call me with the problem, I will be the one at your front door to fix it. It won't be somebody that just showed up. So we're really good at giving you a time frame of when we're going to be there, and then what the problem is before we even fix it. So that way we're on the same page with the repairs that you're going to, you know, what it's going to cost, and not we quote a job and then at the end of it it's, you know, $1,500 more than what you expected before we started, kind of stuff.
Now, when you're out in the community, what's something that kind of stood out to you when you're out there at these homes? What's something that that you noticed, you know, other than besides customers? What's something that kind of stuck out to you?
The people. I mean, we really love the people. I get to meet a lot of different people on a day-to-day basis, and you see a variety of the way people are, and that's what we like. We get to help the customer take care of an issue and not, you know, have to spend a life savings doing it.
You know, you said you got Facebook?
Yes, sir.
Did you say you have a website yet?
We do not have a website yet.
Facebook again?
Facebook is Bowling Heating and Air at facebook.com.
Guys, what we need you to do is go to their Facebook site, and like it, we need you to share this video right in the comment section. Share it so we can get you in those contests that we have. And you need to stick around to the end of this because we have a fantastic contest besides all the ones we've already got going. We got a great one coming up. But we need to share this. We need to go to these sites and like Bowling, Heating, and Air. Go there, like them, give them a call, see if they can come out and help you. Make sure you get your unit really going for the summer because when truly most of us just got hit with some high electricity bills or some high gas bills from this cold snap that we had that lasted a couple of weeks, and we need to reduce that. So if you, like you said, if you do the pre-maintenance service,
Yes.
you can help reduce some of that stuff.
Yes. Yeah, we're doing preventive maintenance. It's $89. We come out, we check all the components on your heating and air system. We recommend it doing it in the fall, in the spring, to get ready for the winter and stuff. And it'll just save you a ton of headaches if you just do preventive maintenance twice a year. It'll save the life expectancy of your unit, and it'll just make it run a lot more efficient.
Now, each time we have a guest on, they like to give things away.
Yes, sir.
Contest ways, and the way that each person writes their own rules of how to get these gifts or items is made up by the vendor that comes in.
Yes.
And you said you would like to give something.
Yes, sir. So we'd like to give away a Brayburn Wi-Fi thermostat. You comment, like, and share on our Facebook page, and then we'll do the random drawing, and then we'll pick the winner. My wife will get a hold of you, and we'll come install it for free, show you how to work it, and then make your life a little bit easier so you're not wasting electric when you're not at home, but you can still control your thermostat.
So it's all Wi-Fi.
All Wi-Fi.
And it just works by your smartphone.
Works with your smartphone.
Now that's for people that's capable of
working
it.
Yeah, but we'll show you how to do it. We'll show you how to do it. Yes, sir. Yeah.
And you have that is the thermostat there.
That is the thermostat right there. And then we're also, if you like, share, and comment, we're giving away a $50 Lowe's gift card. So you can get your spring planning and stuff done, or little things around the house that you'd like to do. We'll comment, share, and then we'll pick a random winner at that time, and then we'll hand deliver it to you also.
I'm getting all these texts coming in. You guys are getting stuff on. I got a question on the side over here.
Yeah, it's peer pressure. And make sure they can hear me on the camera. But I've been pressured to ask this question from Jesse McDonald from D&D Tile and Carpet, who we had on our show before.
Yes.
And Lacey, your wife. And they want to know, and I quote, how did you get your sexy beard?
I just take care of it, you know. I don't know. Jesse's a really good friend of ours. I mean, we give Jesse business. You know, he's a great guy. We've known him since we played sports together. So it's just time and management, and you know, it takes a little bit to grow. So.
That's right. It takes some work.
Sometimes I need to shave it, but I don't.
It takes some work, you know.
Yeah.
Got another question.
Katie Middleton asked, is Noble too far for you guys?
Noble is not too far. We go to Noble probably once or twice a week. So there's no distance that we won't go. We've went to Tulsa before. So if I can fit it into the schedule, if it takes a day to get there or whatever, we'll get there and get you taken care of.
So would you want them to call you, or do you want them to go to Facebook and try to get you that way?
Facebook, both? Yeah, either way. I mean, even if you want to send us a text message and say, hey, I need your service, you know, I'll respond and we'll set up a date and time. Facebook will help us keep everything kind of prioritized.
Sure.
I get a lot of calls throughout the day, so I got notebooks for days in my truck that I got to write stuff down on to keep up with. So it's, Facebook. I mean, anyway, Facebook, call, text, email, whatever works will work for us. We'll make sure we get taken care
Your
of.
Facebook page again
Is Bowling, Heating, and Air at Facebook.com.
And your phone number
is 405-887-1974.
And you said you had an email.
The email is bowlingheatingandair, all spelled out, at gmail.com.
They should be able to get a hold of you that way.
Oh, yeah, they should be able to.
They're going to find you somehow.
Yes, they will find us.
Guys, this is the time of year to get everything tuned up and ready to go. Save some of that money. And you have make sure you share this video right in there, share it in the comment section. Go and like not only Bowling, Heating, and Air page, like our page, like 3J's Farm page. Every time you like one of their pages, it's going to give you an entry for next week's drawings. No, Thursday's drawing. Sorry, it's Tuesday. I'm losing track of the days. Thursday's drawing, and we're going to talk about Thursday in a minute. But it gets you the opportunity to win, the opportunity to go out and get some discounts out there at 3J's Farms. It gets you the $25 gift card from Lowe's, or the thermostat that that everybody needs right there. It's a
Everybody.
smart one because, you know, we have these phones now where we can keep up with stuff a little easier. But then the dial, like mine, is just a dial. Mine push button.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly.
But I think I need a new one. But, you know, get out there, like these pages, share this video, and write shared in the comment section so we can keep up with that. Is there anything else you'd like to leave them with before we are doing these drawings?
Just take care of your unit. I
There
mean,
you
we
go.
would like to save you as much money as we possibly can. There's no point in spending thousands when you can spend money on preventive maintenance and take your family on vacation and not have to worry about no AC during the summer or no heat during the winter.
Yeah, that's no fun when it's 104.5 and
Yeah.
your AC goes out and you say, "Oh, well, I can get there," but the house is just heating up the whole time.
Exactly.
And it makes it rough.
It does, and
Yeah.
we will get there as fast as possible. If we schedule that day, we're typically there that day. Even if it's 30 calls, we'll get them all done that
We're going
day.
to get them done.
Get 'em
Guys, we're going to do some drawings now. I put everybody's name in the hat that shared and liked and that I had. Now, we're going to do, I think, 3. And let me see if I make sure I got them all right. We got Spiffy cans. Is that correct, Brooke?
Yes.
Spiffy cans, and it's worth a value of $25. It's a free cleaning of the outside polycart trash cans. We talked that last week. Go look at that video because that was very interesting what he does and what he does for your house. So we're going to draw for that one real quick. Now, I know that some of you guys that have been on the show shared this. If you wasn't on that particular show, or if it's not your giveaway, we might have to draw again if it's your name. But we put everybody's name in here that shares it. The first one is Brittany Taylor. Brittany Taylor. I know Brittany. That's awesome that she won. Now, Brittany, if you will get a hold of Spiffy cans, I'll give you you can just text us. We'll give you the number and the website, how you can get a hold of Sean over there. You get a free cleaning of those trash cans. He said he puts an orange smell to it so you guys can just hang around with them over there. Now we've got 2 drawings, $25 drawings for Rethread. And these are for, you go in, it's a value of $25 gift card to spend inside the Rethread store there. And it's Janice Roberts. And I hope I said your first name right. It's Jenice. Janice Roberts. You get the $25, one of the $25 gift certificates to Rethreads. Here's the other one. This is Laura Vandeveer. I know Laura's too. She's out of Blanchard over there. Laura, you get one of those $25 gift certificates for the Rethread store over there on Blanchard. Guys, and we want you to, again, we're going to talk about, I don't know if Daniel put it up or not, but the Keeping It Local, the coloring page. Get your 12 and under kid, grandkid, great-grandkid, whatever it is, to get one of these off of our Facebook page. You can stop by the office here and get one. We're at 1 Whispering Pines Drive, right on the corner of Highway 37 and County Line. Come up in here during business hours and we'll get you one printed off for you. And you can snap a picture and email it back in to us. You can bring it in if you want to. And the instructions are obviously on our page how to do that. But we're going to be putting these, April 20th is the deadline. Then we're going to put them on our site. And then it's going to go by likes on each one. So we want to give 3 prizes away, and they're all the same. It's a family zoo pass for first, second, and third. So we want you involved in that. We're going to talk a little bit, and we're almost out of here. I'm going to go to a contest here in a minute, but we're going to talk about Thursday. 1 second. Thursday, make sure you tune in on Thursday. We're going to do a first time, and we're going to start doing these more often, but it's actually an on-site video, a live video on site, and we're going to go to Majestic Pines over here in Newcastle, and we want you to tune in for that. We're going to get a tour of their site, their venue, and what they've got going on over there, and that place is incredible. Great big tall pine trees. Beautiful, beautiful place over there that Galen and Angie have put together. But we will be on location for that, and that's this coming Thursday, 2 days, 15th. We want you to tune in for that at 6 o'clock and that's going to be weather permitting. We want the rain, so we don't want to push it away, but weather permitting, we're going to be there at 6. And also now we're going to talk about our big giveaway and the rules for it. We have partnered up with Sprague's Backhoe Service right over here. They're in the Bridge Creek Blanchard area. It's one of those live in Bridge Creek Blanchard address things. Guys, we have partnered up with them to bring you a very, very, very special offer contest. And what we're going to do is we're going to give away a storm cellar. Obviously, we live in an area here that we need them. And so we are going to give away a storm cellar. And that is, if you're in this area right here, there's going to be a little bit of rules with it. But if you live in this area right here, it's covered with the storm cellar itself. It's the outside unit with a slant face on it. She explained it to me. And they're going to put it in. If you live right here in this area, there could be some differences. If you have a backyard that's tough to get into, something like that. Or if you live right outside the area, there may be, something that we can work out that way. But we want to give it away. And here's are the rules that we've kind of put in place. First of all, we want you to go to Sprague's Backhoe Facebook page, and we want you to like their Facebook page. We want you to follow them as well. Get on there. Thank them for being so generous and helping part of this out. We want you to go to our Facebook page and like it. We want you to follow us. We want you to share this video. Put in the comment section, shared. We also, this is what we're asking. This is going to give you 10 extra tickets if you do this. If you call Ferguson Roof Systems out to your house to have a free inspection, no obligation, a free inspection, and that's just to look and make sure you're ready for the storms. Maybe you have a new roof, maybe you have one that's a couple of years old, but just something that's ready for the rain and the storms that we're getting ready to have. Some coming in as we speak, but make sure all your pipes are sealed up, everything's ready to go, make sure your gutters are cleaned out. It's a free inspection. It'll get you 10 entries into getting this. We are going to give this away May 27th. So from now till May 27th, have us out. Call the office, 405-392-3699. Get us on Facebook, share us, call my cell phone, whatever you need to do, email us, and you entered into that. So we really want that it's something that's, extraordinary, that it's a great deal that we all need in this area of Oklahoma. We kind of have a bad thing. It's fantastic having you on this show.
Appreciate it. We really appreciate it.
We need to learn that maintenance. We all need to learn that maintenance.
Yes.
Guys, I want to thank Brumley Media for getting in here and setting everything up and running around with their mics and cameras and headphones and getting us set up and ready to go. Now, we also want to thank Brooklyn Ferguson. She's our marketing manager over here that kind of keeps us going on Facebook and knows how to do all that fancy stuff on Facebook and keeps us going. She's the one that you're going to be talking to if you want on this show, and we want everybody on this show. This is the original show that we're out here helping the businesses with. There's nothing like it, guys. We want you on here. Don't be afraid. It's no big deal, is it?
No big deal.
Just a conversation. We want you to relax and be on this thing. So get in here and get with Brooklyn. She'll send you out the questionnaire, and we'll go from there and get you on here. Guys, it's been a pleasure. I want you to have a good night. Be safe, and watch this weather outside, and have a good evening. And we'll see you next time on Keeping It Local.